Philip fell hard when he met Maggie, and we soon understood why. Maggie, you may remember when you came to Thanksgiving at the DeGolian house a couple years ago, and it was the first time you were going to meet the entire family, and Daria will tell you that that can be a pretty overwhelming experience. Well, we learned later that Maggie had taken the time to learn just one thing about each one of my siblings. We were sold. Right then and there. I feel like I've gotten to know the Wise family in almost an intimate way over the last couple of weeks while I've been putting together this photo slideshow that some of you may have watched. And then, so I had all those pictures and I started pulling a bunch of our family pictures together, and as I started to mix them together, I realized that I was watching the two of them grow up together. And so, tonight, we celebrate and we raise our glass and we toast to a fourth great thing that's happened in our lives, Maggie.
Your journey began some time ago with the help of your mutual friend Hunter Ewing. The rest is what they say is history and why we're standing here today. Anytime I do a wedding, I always ask the couples, what do you love most about each other? And Maggie went on to say this about Philip. She loves that he is vivacious. He is so fun to be around and always optimistic. Most importantly, though, he is the most thoughtful person she knows. I asked the same question to Philip, and he said this about Maggie. Philip found Maggie not only for her beauty, but her kind heart, her grace, and love that she pours into him and everyone around her. She leads by example and challenges Philip to be the best version of himself.
Let's remember together, this moment starts out forever. Let's remember together, this moment starts out forever. Let's remember together, this moment starts out forever. Let's remember together, this moment starts out forever.
We're here joining together in matrimony, a war eagle and a bulldog. Maggie and Philip, you've both been to school. You've been to elementary school, you've been to middle school, senior high, and college. Marriage is a school with more challenges and more opportunities than Auburn and than Georgia, and even more than LSU. And when a couple like you two get married, it's been said that both of you go back to school again. You will begin to learn again to love each other in a deeper way. Becoming one is something that's learned and that you become better at as you share your life together.
Let's remember together, this moment starts out forever. 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 Let's remember together, this moment starts out forever.
Now that they are one, O God, go before them to guide them. Go behind them to protect them. Go beneath them to secure them. And go beside them to befriend them. And bind them ever closer in your love. Amen. Philip? Now kiss your bride. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. and Mrs. DeGoling.
So I'm going to talk about Maggie for a few minutes. So when I think about Maggie, I think of 3 traits that really describe who she is: outgoing, thoughtful, and faithful. So Maggie, your outgoing personality, your thoughtfulness toward others, and your faithfulness together makes you a very special person. You know, as parents, you always think about who your children are going to marry, and we met Philip for the first time, and I will have to say we were incredibly impressed. Philip, I would sum up as the consummate gentleman, caring, intelligent, and an absolute joy to be around. To Maggie and Philip, we wish you a lifetime of love and happiness. Hear, hear.
Just look at how I'm living. I'm taking what I'm giving. Just look at how I'm living. Just look at how I'm living. Just look at how I'm living. Taking what I'm giving. Just look at how I'm living.
Maggie is the best friend in the world, which might sound like an exaggeration or just, a bold statement, but it is true. With Maggie being this insane, incredible human that she is, I always wondered, who is she gonna end up with? Who is gonna be the guy that is good enough for her and is special enough for her? And then enter Philip. Within a few seconds of me meeting him, I immediately realized why they are together, because they're the same person, guys. Getting to watch my best friend fall in love with a guy who respects you and loves you and cherishes you just as much as you deserve has been really, really special. So cheers to my sister and the love of her life.
Just look at how I'm living. Yeah, I'm taking what I'm giving. Just look at how I'm living. Just look at how I'm living. Just look at how I'm living. I'm taking what I'm giving. Just look at how I'm living.
Theo called me the following day after his first date with Mags. He was on top of the world. He told me that he exited the night by serenading her with 3 songs, not one, with 3 songs, and he planted a center console kiss on her at the end of the night. And here we are. I love you both so much. You both mean the world to me. Some of the most important people in my life. I'm so happy for the both of you. Let's make it official tomorrow. Cheers.
Look at how I'm living.